Hey everyone, Josh here, and it is time for the September 2018 toy haul video. And this is the video where I'm going to show you everything I picked up this month in my collection. But before we get that far, I want to do a quick shout out to one of my online friends. It's a guy I talk to on Instagram on a regular basis, and we talk a lot about Star Wars, but he's been really nice to me and very friendly, and I wanted to give him a shout out. His name is All Star Wars All, and that is the name of his YouTube channel and his Instagram account if you want to check him out. And he's just another big Star Wars fan. He has a YouTube channel where he reviews toys, talks about collecting, talks about other things about Star Wars, and I just want to encourage you guys to go check his channel out and support him. He's trying to get a small channel up off the ground like I am, and I just wanted to try and help him out and give him a shout out on my channel. But the name of his channel is All Star Wars All. So if you guys would go check him out, subscribe to his channel, I'd really appreciate it. And let's move on. So from there, I found something pretty interesting this month. There's a store in my area, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, or near Atlanta, Georgia, and there's a store in our area called Ollie's. O-L-L-I-E-S is how it's spelled, and you may not have them in your area. If you do, I highly recommend you start going and checking them out, because what I found out this month is these are the guys that bought a lot. I don't know if they bought all of it or most of it, but they bought a lot of the leftover stock from Toys R Us. And what Ollie's is, it's like a discount store, and what they do is they go out and they buy leftover stock from stores like Walmart and Target and Toys R Us. And so I got their flyer in the mail this month, and they explain to you where they get their merchandise from in the flyer, and they clearly explain to you, they have a picture of their little mascot. He's an old man, is the mascot for Ollie's, but he's got his arm around Jeffrey from Toys R Us in the flyer. It's pretty funny. You can actually go online and look it up. It's the name of the store again is Ollie's. And so what they did in the flyer, they explained that they bought most of the stock from Toys R Us, and they're going to discount it at 75% and sell it in their stores. And they also explain in the flyer that from now until Christmas, they're going to continually get shipments from their distribution center to their stores and stocking the shelf. So if you go check these guys out every couple weeks, you should see more toys in there. And I've been there a lot this month, and they have a lot more than Star Wars. They had a lot of Transformers, Power Rangers, they had a lot of model kits. But if you're looking for stuff besides Star Wars, it's worth checking out. But again, they bought the Toys R Us leftover stock, and they're selling it at 75% off. So if you saw my video a couple weeks ago about talking about the Star Wars collectors group that I'm on in Facebook, that's how I found out about this. One of the members of our group went into Ollie's one time and found a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and he posted it, and I went and checked it out, and they had a lot of stuff, and it's discounted really low. And let's check out, I'll show you guys everything I got from Ollie's first. And again, I don't know the range of this store. I don't know if they're in the entire country or just the southeastern United States, but it's worth looking into to see if they're in your area, because they have got a lot of, most of it's The Force Awakens and Rogue One stuff and Clone Wars stuff, or not Clone Wars, excuse me, the Rebels TV show stuff. And if you're looking for any of that kind of stuff right now to plug holes in your collection, it's worth going to check these guys out. They're selling most of the figures from $2.99 to $3.99, and that's the 3 3/4 inch carded figures. But let me show you what we got at Ollie's this month. I got a lot of stuff there, and to be honest with you, they also had some stuff from Target there. They had bought some Target exclusive stuff, and they had some Walmart exclusive stuff. And a good example that we'll start out with is this thing right here. This is the 3 3/4 inch Black Series AT-ST, and it is a Walmart exclusive. And when I saw them in the stores in my area, when they were new on the shelves, they were selling these things for $65. And I've seen them as low online for about $35. Well, I don't know if you guys can see the price tag. I'll try to get close to the camera. I paid $9.99 for this thing. And this is a really good deal, and this is what I'm talking about. This is why it's important to be a savvy shopper. Look on the clearance racks. Look at discount stores. Look at stores you wouldn't typically look in, like a Five Below or a Books A Million or a Dollar General. And sometimes you will find incredible finds like this. So again, this is normally a $65 set. Got it for $9.99. So first pickup for the month from Ollie's. And everything else I'm going to show you guys here is also from Ollie's that I picked up. Not everything, but I'll let you know when we get there. But so here's some of the figures I picked up. But this is the Rogue One Princess Leia from the TV show Rebels. And if you watch that show, they had a couple episodes where Princess Leia, a younger Princess Leia, made a few appearances, and they made an action figure off of it. So, and this one was $3.99 at Ollie's. And then we got the Hask Thug from the Force Awakens line, and he was $2.99 at Ollie's. And this is one I've had a hard time finding, and I actually bought a couple of them at Ollie's. $2.99, but it's older Captain Rex. And again, this is from the TV show Rebels. If you haven't seen the show, they go find Captain Rex and his older age, and they try to get him out of retirement to join the rebellion. But Captain Rex, and he comes with his clone trooper helmet, but he also has the gray-white beard, so he's older. Okay, and this was another good find for me. This is plugging a hole in my collection. This is Finn, FN 2187, but it's Finn in his Stormtrooper outfit with the smeared blood on the helmet. So I was really excited to find this one as well. And then here's just a regular Stormtrooper, $2.99 at Ollie's, and that's the bright orange price tags are the Ollie's tags. But I got a First Order Stormtrooper from the Force Awakens line. And what do we got here? TIE Fighter, First Order TIE Fighter pilot from Ollie's. And we have Rey in her Resistance outfit. And I have older Han Solo. I picked up a First Order Snowtrooper. We got Unkar Plutt from The Force Awakens. And I got Hello Asti in his X-Wing outfit. There we go. Okay, and so moving a few things around here, guys. I'm sorry. So also they had a few of the Micro Machines play sets. They have these are little play sets that look like characters from the movie, and this is a First Order Stormtrooper. And if you look on the back of the box here, they show you it unfolds and it turns into a little play set for the Micro Machines line. And they had two of these. They had the R2-D2 one. You can see a picture of it there in the box. And they had the Stormtrooper one. And I picked up one of these for $4.99. It's a pretty good deal. And then I got this at Ollie's as well. This was $4.99. This is the Death Star play case, and it's for the Hot Wheels Starship line. And you can kind of see on the box here, it unfolds, and it's kind of like a carrying case, and you can put your ships in there, and there's a little arm where you can kind of pick them up and everything. But it looks like the Death Star, so another Ollie's pickup. So very cool. Okay. And then at Ollie's as well, I picked up a couple of the 12-inch shampoo bottle figures from Rogue One, and they were selling these for $3.99. I thought I got some of them for $2.99, but nope. Got these for $3.99. And the cheapest I've ever seen these, even on clearance, normally retail, these go for about 20 bucks. And the cheapest, even on clearance, I've ever seen them was for 10 bucks. And again, I got these for $3.99 a piece, but it's a Rogue One Death Trooper. We've got Captain Cassian Andor. We got a Rogue One Stormtrooper. And a Rogue One, well, it doesn't say Rogue One on it, does it? Revenge of the Sith, Darth Vader, I take it back. It says Revenge of the Sith right here on the box. Okay. but a Darth Vader 12-inch, so very cool. And let me see, is that all the Ollie stuff? No, okay. So I've also recently started collecting these guys, the 18-inch Big Figs, and Ollie's has a lot of these right now, and they're selling these for 10 bucks a piece. And I got the Kanan Jarrus one, and I'm a big fan of this character, so I was happy about that. And we got the 18-inch Greedo. And again, these normally go for about 20 bucks at retail when you find them, and I got them at Ollie's for 10, and I've seen them at the regular stores on clearance for 10. So this isn't a, you know, super great deal, but they had a selection I haven't seen in other stores, so I picked a lot of these up this month. And from there we got a First Order Snow Trooper in 18-inch. And then I got a First Order Stormtrooper as well. And then we got a Scout Trooper from Return of the Jedi. And then I got a original trilogy Stormtrooper. And I gotta be honest, I'm really starting to like these things, and I think it's just because I'm buying more of them. But I don't know, they're pretty cool. I like having the giant figures. They display really well. So, alright, and the final one of these I got, I was really excited about this one. Of course, it's Darth Vader. And one thing that's kind of strange about him is when you, because as you can see, the packaging for these is open. And normally, if you ever decide to buy one of these in the store, check to make sure the accessory is in here, whether it's a lightsaber or a blaster, because what's going on is because it's open packaging like this, sometimes you'll get these a-holes that'll go through the store and take them and destroy them. And for example, that Kanan Jarrus one, I saw another one at the store, but the lightsaber is packed in the box right along here, and it was missing. So I had to pass on that one, but eventually I found one at another Ollie's. But this is Darth Vader, but the weird thing is he doesn't actually come with a lightsaber. You can see one of his hands is like a closed fist, and the other one's an open palm like this. And his lightsaber is on his belt, and it does not come off, it's not removable. And just looking at it, I could see there's no place to insert a blade on here. So I just thought it was a little weird as a Darth Vader figure. It doesn't even come with a lightsaber with a blade that comes off his belt. But just a little tip, if you decide to buy these, look in the packaging. Most of the time you can see they either have the accessory, the blaster, wired or zip tied into the character's hand, or they'll have it zip tied into the box. But before you walk out of the store, make sure it's in there, because I have almost made that mistake before myself. So, and I believe, yes. Oh, no, we have one more Ollie's purchase. Okay, and this is the final item I bought at Ollie's. It is one of the Hero Mashers, and it's Plo Koon. And I started collecting these recently too, just because I walked into a Five Below a couple months ago, and I found a whole bunch of them for really cheap, including Boba Fett. So, but anyway, this is a pretty cool line. I haven't reviewed any of these yet, but I don't know, I like the way these figures look, and I like the idea of being able to swap out the parts and everything. So that is everything I bought at the store Ollie's. And again, I highly recommend, if you're trying to build your collection, and if just go online, look up their website, ollies.com, and see if there's one near you. And it is well worth your time going out there. They bought the Toys R Us leftover stock. They have it. I think they may have all of it. And they're going to keep putting it out on the shelves until December. So it's worth your time if you're looking to collect. Plus, Christmas is coming up, and if you want to get some good deals for people in your family for Christmas gifts, it's worth checking out. So, okay, that is everything I bought at Ollie's. And I do have some full-priced items I bought, and we'll go through those in a second. But I wanted to show you guys something a little different that I picked up this month. And so, me and my wife have a small business, and for that business, every now and then, my wife needs to go out and buy some furniture so we can put them inside our rental properties. But anyway, a lot of times she'll look on Craigslist because you can get furniture really cheap on Craigslist. There's a tip for you. And she went and bought a, I believe it was a dresser from a guy on Craigslist this month. And when she was at this guy's house, he started offering, oh, I have other things for sale, blah, blah, blah. And they started talking, and turned out he had a small Star Wars collection that he wanted to sell. And so my wife bought it from him, or what he had left. And so she got this entire box, I believe, for 10 bucks. I think I'm telling you guys that right. I can't remember the exact price she told me, but he had some pretty cool little items. So the first thing that's in this box is, and I'm trying to find the piece for it. Here it is. Okay, is a Micro Machines Action Fleet. This is a Bantha, and he comes with a couple of the little figures. And you see, this guy's. That's the thing when you buy at garage sales or from individuals, they may not take care of their stuff. And so this guy's a little bit sticky, but you just wash him off with some water. It's no problem. But this is the Tusken Raider, and he sits on the saddle. So you have a little Bantha from the Micro Machines Action Fleet collection. So I was pretty excited about that. And then also from that same collection, and I was really excited about this because I have a lot of the Action Fleet collection, but I do not have a Millennium Falcon yet. And so she got me an original trilogy Millennium Falcon from the Micro Machines Action Fleet collection, and homeboy even had the stand left, so very cool. And there's a couple pieces missing. I mean, you have the radar dish, the back opens, there's compartments, of course the cockpit opens. He gave me a couple of the figures. I got Lando, a Rebel Trooper, and I believe that was all the figures that he had with him. And again, this is what you're going to get buying from individuals. They may have opened it and lost some pieces, but there's also a very small projectile that fits in this part of the Falcon, and that is missing. I don't have it, but again, if I go on eBay, you may be able to find that piece missing. So, but it's very excited about this. Do not have an Action Fleet Millennium Falcon. It's very clean. It's in good shape. So, very cool. And the other thing he had was a Power FX, and this is back from the Power of the Force collection line. This is a Power FX R2-D2, and this is a really cool figure because he does this. He's battery powered, so there's 3 little watch batteries in him, and when you hit the button, he speaks, and you can see the light lights up a little bit. But this is not a complete part of the set. So when you would actually buy this figure back in the day when it was released, he came with a little plastic stand that looked like a desert landscape. It's only about this big, you know, it's like about 4 inches by 2 inches. And it had a little cardboard back that looked like Tatooine. And there was a little rod that ran through the bottom of the base, and there's a magnet on the bottom of R2, and there was a magnet on that rod, and you could slide R2 across the desert landscape. But this is a very cool figure because it's very detailed. He's dirty, and of course he makes sounds. So part of my Craigslist find, or my wife's Craigslist find. And then the final thing she got me, I was very excited about because I have this set, and I believe this is the Power FX as well line, and these of course is Luke and Vader from Return of the Jedi, and they're on these little display stands where you can move them back and forth. The figures do come off, and I haven't checked the batteries in these ones yet, but they should light up as well. And I got so many lights shining at this thing, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But what really excited me about this, and it came with these little things for the background as well. So I'm actually holding this thing backwards, I guess. So anyway, but both of the lightsabers on these figures light up, and this came out during the Power of the Force collection when those were coming out. And it's similar to the R2 thing. You have this little rod that goes through the display, and you can move the characters back and forth. But when these came out, they only made 3 of them. They made a Darth Vader, a Luke, and they made an Obi-Wan. And I have another Darth Vader, and I have another Luke, and I have Obi-Wan downstairs in my man cave. And years ago, I had a pet chew on my Luke Skywalker, and he got destroyed, unfortunately. And I just never got around to trying to plug that hole in my collection. And my wife doesn't know enough about my collection to know I was missing this particular figure. And when she came home with it, I was very excited. I explained to her, I said, this is part of a 3-figure set, or part of a 3-figure line, and this was the one that got destroyed, was my Return of the Jedi Luke. So I was very excited that she found this, because when you bought the figures, they come with these stands, and there should be a piece of cardboard that slides into these plastic pieces that looks like the Death Star background. But when you would buy these stands would be a one-piece stand like this. So it would be an individual figure on, let's see if I can get them back on here real quick. If you bought these as a single figure, you would get the stand, the little background piece, and the figure. And then when you bought multiple ones, you could take the stands and they connect together so you can have the figures interact. So I was very excited about this. This was a figure of mine that had gotten destroyed by an animal. And just out of pure luck, my wife picked up a few toys she came across for me, and she plugged a hole in my collection. So I was very excited about this. So, but that's why it pays to be friendly with people when you're doing business with them or interacting with them. They might give you offers like this. So there you go, guys. That was a little Craigslist find, and you can see the packaging it came in. Very nice. So very cool. All right, everything else I bought at regular stores like Target or Walmart or Walgreens or something like that. And again, actually, I think I bought this sucker on clearance, but this is a first order heavy assault walker, AT-M6 walker, and again, this is something that's kind of new to me. I only have one other of these, but this is a snap tight model, and it's a model that you have to put together yourself. But what I like about it, because I'm not a big model guy, there's no glue, no paint, no tools required. You can all do it with just your hands. And the only reason I even bought this thing is because I'm a really big fan of this walker. I love the design of this thing in the movie. And other than Hot Wheels, I'm not aware that they made any of these in a toy yet, and I really just wanted one of these in my collection. I'm hoping they make a full size one for the 3 3/4 line in the future, but I just was a big fan of this design in The Last Jedi, and I wanted something in my collection from this walker line. So here we go. I got a little snap tight model of the first order heavy assault walker. So okay, and then I picked up one of the little Galactic Heroes figure 2-packs, and it's just because it was one I didn't have, or I have this one, but it was weird. This was a different variant. The Trooper has a different style weapon, and Finn has a different style weapon than the one I own, and it was on Walmart on their clearance rack. Always, most Walmarts have a clearance aisle. Always go down it when you're at Walmart and check. Most of the times they have toys and Star Wars toys in there, but little Galactic Hero 2-pack, Finn with a First Order Trooper. And then I found these at Walmart. I got a single pack Darth Vader from Force Link 2.0. And a First Order Stormtrooper Officer, single card from Force Link 2.0. Okay, and then the only thing we have left are the Black Series and these guys. So some of you may or may not know this, but they have the Disney Store has its own toy line, and the name of the toy line is called Toy Box. And they do Marvel and Disney characters and of course Star Wars, and there's only 9 of these out right now. So if it's a set you want to complete, it's pretty easy to do, but the only place I'm aware you can get them is at the Disney Store. So these came out this month. This is Chewbacca, of course. And then number 8, and Chewbacca's number 9, and then Han Solo is number 8. I got Han Solo as well. And if you look on the back of the box here, you can see the next figure getting ready to come out is Yoda. So I'm a really big fan of these. They're about 6-inch figures that are about 6 inches, maybe a little smaller than that. And they're cartoonish looking, but I'm a fan of that style of figure, and I like collecting them. And if you're familiar with the Disney Infinity line, it's actually a video game system, but there's a set of figures that came out with, not really figures, they're more like figurines. But the design is almost identical, and I've seen some talk online about that these figures are just the Disney Infinity figures redesigned, and they gave them articulation, and you can remove the weapons from their hands and stuff like that. But if you go look up the Disney Infinity figures, you'll see they're almost identical to this. They're just a little bit smaller. They're only like, I don't know, about 3 or 4 inches maybe. But these come out very slowly. They only come out about 1 or 2 at a time. So, but I'm a big fan of these. But to get them, you gotta go to the Disney store. So, Han Chewbacca from the Disney Store Toy Box line. So, very cool. Okay, and then I found a Target exclusive. This is Princess Leia in her Bespin Escape outfit. And you can see there's no number on the box, so she's a Target exclusive. And I just happened to walk into Target on my way home from work this week, and they had 4 of these sitting on the shelf, so I was pretty excited about that. And then also another Target exclusive, I got Moloch from the Solo movie. I just watched it last night. So, and that's another thing, we got their Solo DVD release this month. So if you guys are looking to see that, or you haven't seen Solo yet, you can digitally download it or see the DVD. But he's from the Solo movie, but this is a Target exclusive. He's kind of a bigger figure, and he's going for 30 bucks. The Princess Leia was your normal 20, but this guy's a little bit bigger. He's kind of a heavy figure, and it comes with a lot of accessories. He's got his staff, a blaster, and the shield for his mask, or the front part of his mask, because it comes off. But here he is, Moloch from the Solo movie. So, very cool. And here we are. This is the final item I purchased this month. This is from the Black Series. This is Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, and this is a different version of him. And it is, again, a Target exclusive. There's no number on the box. And I've had my eye on this thing for a while, but I thought they were kind of pricing it a little high. And they started clearancing them out this month. So if you want one and you run out to your Target, you might be able to get them. I paid 15 bucks for this thing. And what's cool about it, has this nice box that you can open. And why they charge a little extra for it is, I don't know how well you can see it in there, but there's like a plastic display piece in there that looks like it's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches long and wide, but it looks like the rock terrain of the planet he was hiding on, Ahch-To. Ahch-To, I'm sorry, I can remember that off the top of my head. But it's a different version of him, and so, oh, I just had it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so some of you may have bought this Black Series version of Luke, and this is what came out around the time the movie was released, The Last Jedi. And so that's why I was kind of hesitant to buy this thing, because it's like, well, I already have a Black Series Luke, and so I'm looking at him. I bought it because it was a good deal and everything, so I'm just looking at him through the box, and I'll do a video comparing the two, so if you're kind of on the fence about which one you want to buy, because I was curious, is like, why are they calling this a Target exclusive other than the little display stand that comes in here? I said, when he looks like the exact same Luke that you can buy in the smaller pack that's a little bit cheaper. And just looking at him through the box, there are slight differences on him. And like, for example, his robe below his waist, the one that's not the cape that hangs off his back, but his robe below his waist and his shirt here and his arms, it's all plastic. Well, on this one, below his waist, it's cloth, and not the whole thing, but like the white strips are plastic, but the grayer cloth behind the strips are actually cloth, and the part of his shirt is cloth as well, about half of it, and that's really the only difference I see in him. And you know, it looks like there's a slight difference, but it's not huge. So this thing I think was going for about 25 bucks. So if you wanted to pay the extra price, I didn't really want to until it went on clearance. But I was just curious why there's such a big difference in price and box and everything. And oops, I'm dropping toys. But I don't know, when I unbox this thing, do the unboxing video, I'll take this guy and we'll do a comparison and see if you're on the fence about which one to buy. Maybe that'll help you out. But alright guys, that is my total haul for the month of September. I did pretty good, and it's mostly because of that store Ollie's. And again, I would highly recommend, if you have one near you, maybe you might have to drive a little bit to get there, it might be worth your time. So and again, I want to throw a shout out to my online buddy, All Star Wars All. Please go check out his YouTube channel. I'll put a screen grab up of it on the video. And I just, as a YouTuber, I like to support other YouTubers, and I hope other YouTubers are willing to support me. But go check his channel out, guys. All Star Wars All. And thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the content I'm creating. And if you are, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.